Hey guys, the other day Summer posted a video of some of the people she follows on YouTube. And when we recorded that, we actually started recording another video of my top 10, but the camera died and I totally forgot about it. And so I figured instead of doing a whole new video that I would just kind of just chill out with you guys and talk about my kind of the videos that I like watching. Now, I broke down and I came up with 10 because I do follow a lot of them, and a lot of them I don't necessarily always watch. Like, a lot of people follow the main YouTube gamers like CNanners and Generic and um, I suddenly blanked on some of the other ones I follow. Northern Line. See, I follow them, but I don't necessarily always watch all of their videos, and I definitely but there's 10. I have a list. These are 10 YouTube accounts that I keep track of and that I follow. And when new stuff comes out by them, I enjoy watching first. First up, Adam Koebel. Adam he's a gamer, he's a game designer, and it shows when he plays games. But his videos are not just, hey, I'm playing this game, but there's a dissection of the game too as it's going on. His most recent one that I really enjoyed watching was his take on Firewatch, which has been one of these love-hate games with a lot of gamers out there. But I saw someone else playing it, and I'm like, oh man, I can't, I hope Adam plays this, because Adam would have a ball playing this game, and I would love Adam's take on it. And when he played it, it was so neat to watch him play, because he was looking at it in completely different ways. He was going he was fascinated by the way color, he was saying that color represented, like the sky color and the ambiance color was representing, like, we're showing you these same areas that you're walking through, but in different ways because of the colors were changing. And he gets that as a game designer. And I found his playthrough more of the enjoyable ones that I've seen of that. Because that's what he does. He really he looks at gaming in a different way. He also has an office open, I guess you could call it like he sits down and answers questions from DMs and game masters and designers and stuff like that, and he kind of gets his 2 cents on some questions. And that's been a new series that he started up, which has been pretty cool. I actually think I saw a new one of those today, and I haven't got a chance to watch it because I've been so busy at work. So I may watch it once I edit some videos and stuff together. Next is Figure 8. I used to watch Lex back when he was just LexTube. He did a lot of Minecraft build series and mod showcases and stuff. And he's been playing a lot of GTA 5 lately. And I've been watching him play, messing around with a lot of the car options. And watching him do that is really neat. And also watching the way his viewership has been growing since November. It's been really cool to watch this YouTuber that you've been kind of following for a while really kind of get his niche and really go for gusto. And watching him do that has been really fun. His gleefulness over car mods in GTA 5 is really cool. I mentioned Northern Line earlier for a reason. A lot of people follow him and his Binding of Isaac stuff, and I found this guy, Mathis Games. If you're not sure about who he is, check out his channel. I'll have his link down in the description. Maybe an annotation. I haven't messed with those yet, but I hate them, so I probably won't use them. Mathis I found first, and I don't remember how I found him, but I started following some of the stuff that he was posting, and I followed him on Twitter, and then he started doing the Northern Line daily thing where he would record with Northern Lion and Rock Lee. I like Mathis. I like Mathis better than I think I like Northern Lion and Rock Lee Smile. And it's nothing against the other two. It's just Mathis is a little bit more. He is not as much of an asshole. And I think a lot of Northern Lion and Rock Lee Smile comes off as an asshole sometimes. It's just because they're messing with people, but lately it's been a little worse. So I'm a big fan of Mathis. I love watching his stuff. He hasn't had a lot of things going on lately. He's got some big secret project he's been working on, and I can't wait to see that come out because all the work that he's been putting into it is really going to be kind of cool. The final in this section, and I'll explain that in a second, is No Dice Mike. Mike's a great guy. I've been following Mike on Twitter for some time. I've been stalking him, and I first found him because he used to do a wrestling comic. And I'm a big wrestling nerd, so finding a comic based on wrestling was really kind of neat because it wasn't the normal kind of snarky stuff that people do for comics. It was a lot of just kind of like tongue-to-cheek kind of humor and wrestling stuff. So it was really neat, and watching his art style kind of grow over the years has been really cool too. I feel like I'm the only person who hasn't grown in the last couple of years, other than my lardness. But Mike has been playing a little bit of everything, but lately he has been playing the Disney Infinity Star Wars series, and watching him play that is really enjoyable. He has this self-degrading humor, which I get because I do it to myself, but it's fun to watch him struggle to find the simple jumps. It's fun. Mike's a good guy. I'm not more than happy to put him on this list because I like the guy, but he would be on this list even if I didn't know him. He's fun to watch. The next two, now I said I divided them up in sections because there's YouTubers, and then there's production people, and then I've got the first four were YouTubers. There's people who put up videos of all kinds of different video things. They all also happen to play games. The next two are more production based. They take video games and they edit them together into movie-like videos. And it's really neat because you get the gist of a game in like a 4.5 hour sometimes video. I found Survival Horror Network, SHN, Survival Horror Network. It used to be the Silent Hill Network, but I think they got in trouble for using the Silent Hill part. I watched their Silent Hill 2 video because I'm a huge I loved the Silent Hill, the original kind of couple of games. I'll be honest, they kind of got not Silent Hill after a while. So I watched Silent Hill 2, the playthrough they did of Silent Hill 2, and I really enjoyed watching that again. So I started following them, and I noticed they started doing all these other different horror games. So it's really cool when they put out a new one. They just did Face of Fear or Facing Fear or something. And I watched a little bit of that, but of course, that's something I kind of want to sit down in the dark and watch through. It reminds me of Amnesia, Descent into Darkness. I knew I'd get it after a while, but that's what the game reminds me of. And I loved playing Amnesia. It was one of the few games that have given me a real good startle and kind of spooked me out and freaked me out. But I watched. I want to sit down and watch that playthrough of that. The next one is Dan's DANSG08. Dan SG08. They've done a lot of the Final Fantasy games where they'll play through and they'll put some of the game in, and then they'll cut out a lot of the grindy stuff and put in all the cutscenes and stuff. So it's really cool to see them put those up. Dan SG also does a lot of commentary for their walkthroughs. So you have two options to watch. You can either watch the non-commentary and the commentary walkthroughs. So the next two are DIY people. I'm not very handy. I don't have a lot of things to build with around here, but I'm a huge DIY fan. I love being able to take something and repurpose it. I haven't done it much, but I love the idea of being able to do that. So I follow Grant Thompson, who is also known as the King of Random, and Steve Ramsey. Grant Thompson has done some crazy things, and Steve Ramsey is a kind of woodworker type person. He's known mainly for his woodworking tutorials and videos and stuff. I don't even remember how I found Steve Ramsey, but it's been recent. And I got into like 3 days at work. I just kind of watched all of his videos back to back, and I was enthralled watching him do this. So it was really neat. Grant Thompson has done He did a foam cutting machine out of like piano wire and a car battery type thing. He's also done homemade bathroom balms. You know how you can like fuzzies for the bathtub. He's also done like homemade rockets and a homemade metal melting forge. Like he shows you how to build it in a way that to make the air circulate just right to melt the. Oh, it was really cool videos. So up next, the last two. One of them I'll actually do Aesthetic first. Aesthetic Gamer he's a YouTuber, he's a streamer, and he's also a game designer and developer. He's got 2 games out. One is Close Your Eyes, and I don't remember the one he just put out recently, but he put the one out recently he did in like less than a 2-month period. He's also working on a bunch of other horror-based kind of survival type games. But I was there during the tail end of his revamp of Close Your Eyes. He was doing it all live on stream. And when I always had the idea of like doing an RPG Maker online and letting people watch me do it. And I was like, who the hell would watch that? I'm like, I would watch that. So if I ever found someone, I'll watch that. And that's what he did. You know, he was making this RPG Maker game online while people were watching him. Like, he did a lot of the work. He did a lot of work offline, too. But he was doing the most of it online. I was like, this is something I could get behind of. So I started following him on Twitter, and I watch him on YouTube. And Hitbox. I believe he's on Hitbox? Yeah, Hitbox. The final one, OSW Review. Now, the final one is only for you wrestling fans. If you're a wrestling fan, if you're a new wrestling fan, or if you're an old wrestling fan, or if you're a wrestling fan of yonder year and you're no longer a wrestling fan, I recommend Old School Wrestling Review. That's OSW Review. Now, I do it for 2 reasons. One, they are reviewing a lot of the newer stuff as it comes out, but they did what they refer to as the Hulkamania era. That's basically all of the 80, like, mid to late 80 pay-per-views. They reviewed them all. And it's 4 guys from England, and they're fucking awesome. I can't put it any more than that. They don't take themselves serious. They don't take wrestling serious because it should be. Wrestling is supposed to be fun, and they don't. They just have a blast. And I every time I see them going, hey, we're working on this next episode, I get really excited. They try to put at least one new one out a month, and they've also done 2 movie reviews, maybe more. They went over, they've done some really cool things. So if you're into wrestling, or if you're not into wrestling anymore, but you used to, I would suggest go check them out. Again, all of the links to all these people are down in the description. I'll make sure I get that before I put that up. So if you guys want to know more, I know I have a video somewhere. I think I put it in the microwave or something to work on it, but I forgot about it. We have it. It's like a 20 questions. It's more like she answers 10 questions, I answer 10 questions, but it's like a 20 questions thing. And I know I've got to find that because we kind of goofed around and just went through that. But if you guys have any questions you want answered, go ahead and leave them down in the comments section. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, I guess that's what the thumbs down button's for. So anyway, till next time, see you guys. It's one of those it reminds me of I can't remember the name of the Descent into Darkness Descent. Oh, Descent into Madness. Amnesia. Ha! I get it after a while.